So, can you please tell me why did you decide to start education in Scrum Master Academy, which is integrative constructive coaching diploma plus professional Scrum Master and professional Scrum Master with Kanban?
So there was an interest, or I'm a type of person that always looks for many kind of improvements in the business, but personally as well, to upgrade my knowledge and skills. And since I'm always in the search, I was looking for something related to Agile and Scrum. And then the owner of the company actually heard about you. You were recommended to us. And then he asked me, would I be interested in participating in such a program that actually combines both something that I was looking for, like things related to Agile and Scrum, but also in a combination with coaching. And since my position was always before and even now to work with people, I said, why not to combine both?
Great. Evo, taman ćemo da ovdje smo završili. Ćao Snjezana.
Pričavam se.
Okay. Mi smo malo krenuli bez tebe, snimamo, pričamo na engleskom i taman je Vicenco završio odgovor na prvo pitanje i ti si ušla, tako da sve ok, nikakav problem.
Dobar timing.
Da, dobar timing. Hvala ti što si se svakako priključila.
Hoćeš ovo rezati ili moram blurat pozadinu?
Ovaj momak će, kako god hoćeš, ako hoćeš da bluraj, ali ne.
Ja nemam taj običaj, pa nek svi vide neurednu kuhinju, nemam šta skrivat, to sam ja. Sada tu gledam, oprosti, ali to mi je neprirodno gledati ovo ovdje, ovo oko koje me gleda. Da, oprosti, zaboravila sam jer sam morala hitno u školu pomaloga i isparilo mi je, oprosti. Evo.
Sve ok, zato smo i da nisi došla, nego je to.
Ne, pa nije baš lijepo, rekla sam da hoću. Tako da, evo me, tu sam. Samo me podsjeti koje je bilo prvo pitanje.
Evo, Vicenco je sad odgovorio. Prvo pitanje na engleskom je bilo zašto si izabrala da upišeš Scrum Master Akademiju, to jest zašto i ICCD plus, ne znam sad da si ti oba kursa kod Bogdana išla, nije nam bitno to, nego kao zašto Scrum Master Akademija na engleskom? Ako treba ja ću da...
Može.
Da, može.
So I decided to enroll in Scrum Master Academy because, first of all, I heard many good words about it. And also I knew some people who are trainers on the program, coaches and so on. So that's the first thing. So that's the first factor. And the second one was this program that I'm attending offers, I would say, a great balance of what I need. So as a Scrum Master, I need coaching. I think it's not only a useful skill, but a must, I would say, as when you work as a Scrum Master. Also, I wanted to learn other new skills. Kanban is completely unknown to me, like speaking Klingon. And also, I would like to review a little bit my knowledge of Scrum. I have a little bit of experience, but so attending a formal training with Bogdan, I think that's just, cherry on top of the cake.
Great. Thanks. And the next question is, what were your highlights during this education, whether it was on coaching education or Scrum or Kanban? So what are the learnings and highlights that you remember? Whoever wants first.
I always say ladies first, so if you want, or at least you can decide first if you want to go first or not.
Okay, so thank you. I choose to go first then. One of the main highlights was attending the Scrum with Kanban. Why? Because I got the learnings that I haven't done for a very long time. So I'm very much into what I like to call psychological, soft skills, emotional, perceptive way of working. And then came Kanban, with all the metrics, data, you need to connect the dots. And that completely got me out of my comfort zone. And in the end, out of the chaos, that I had in my head, so I got a rather clear picture. So that's a really good feeling. But what I like to point out always is the people that I met. So I think the greatest asset, besides all the new info and insights and learnings, are people with whom I keep in touch.
Great, thanks. Vicenco?
Yeah, so I can just lean on what Snjezana said. So definitely it was a colorful bunch of people over there in different courses. So it was interesting to work with all of those people, to hear different perspectives, and somehow people with different backgrounds and skills and knowledge coming to the same point, and then everything kind of melting down into one huge pot of knowledge. That was definitely interesting. For me, let's say, biggest takeaway that I've got was as well how, because of the way how we worked there on the course, it actually, the course affected the level of knowledge that I had. It challenged me to grow in certain aspects professionally, but also personally, because we were using on the course, we were going through these exercises where, for example, in some cases you would be the one actually coaching, so you are developing yourself in that role and helping other individuals that actually were kind enough to come up front with their own personal issues that they have in those exercises. So you are actually helping them to overcome their real life personal issues. And it was kind of the same thing for me, where in one session, I was thinking about, what are the things that I want to talk about. And instead of going through some imaginary situation, I just said, okay, let's tackle one of the issues that, I'm struggling with at the moment and trying to figure out what to do. So let's talk about that. And that also had a big impact on my private life. So that's, I think it's like coming from different directions and challenging you to grow in many different aspects.
Great. Thank you so much for these answers, both of you. And the last question for today is, how are you now using or plan to continue using both coaching skills and Scrum and Kanban skills or knowledge?
Snjezana, again, the choice is yours if you want to go first or not.
Thank you. So from experience, I know that every new info that you learn, every knowledge that you acquire, it takes time to settle in. So, but luckily, for example, with Kanban, I don't have to wait that long, because I already got sort of a cry for help from one team, because they heard that I have a professional Scrum with Kanban certificate. So they say, now you can help us. So that's how I'm going to use the newly acquired knowledge. And coaching, maybe not maybe, but I see that in some situations where I was maybe indecisive, you know, should I maybe step in, or how do I act here? You know, what do I do? So coaching gives me now at least a little bit of clearer perspective. So I'm not that confused anymore. So yeah, and that's a starting point. So it's a good place to be.
Great.
So for me, I think I would start from the Scrum and Kanban, from the agile angle. And this is one thing I forgot to say answering the previous question. So we were already working in the agile environment. So it's not that we were completely new with how this all should work, but we also had some practical questions, which we actually asked during the sessions, and we got answers to those practical questions. So that's also a great value because of the knowledge that the group had as well. But in the first place, Bogdan, who was leading the whole coaching part. And so what we did is we just continued with the agile approach. We took the answers that we got, everything that we learned, and we immediately implemented it in the company. So we went through all of our procedures. We actually created new ones where we've incorporated stuff that we've learned, that the answers that we got. So now, since this year, we started with the new procedures that included all of those things, and we'll see how that works. But it looks good for now, looks promising. So that's the first part. And the second part regarding the coaching. So there were again different tools that were used there and things we heard and that we practiced during the session. So that already helped both personally and professionally. I also used some of the things already, but I have to say that I didn't have that much opportunities regarding the, let's say, team coaching part, but at least I have new ideas and things that I can do in the future, because the first part was to implement the agile part, and then to actually slowly implement other things as well. So that's basically, I'm trying to incorporate everything and covering, using whatever I've learned wherever I can. Yeah, that's basically it.
Thanks.